All right. Thank you for being here. This is Frank Salinas. We're about to get started right now. Let me know if you can hear me. We're going to see who's tuning in, where you're tuning in from. Let us know where you're watching. And I'm going to go and get my confidence monitor on my phone and check it out. Okay, so 1 second. All right. So let us know where you're from. Rick, welcome from London, Ontario. Look at that. Who else is here? You can comment. Let me get this little banner here to let you know what to do. So go to StreamYard.com/Facebook to connect your Facebook account with StreamYard so we know when you ask a question, we can see your name. And let's see here. All right, let us see who else we got here, where we're tuning in. We got quite a few people watching. So let us know where you're tuning in from. If not, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm just going to give it about another minute or two, and then we're going to get rocking and rolling. And then, sorry, Mr. John Cornetta sent me called me right now. And let me just text him back. All right. Okay, so let's get going. All right, today we're going to cover, what I'm going to cover with you is a couple of updates, some things we've done since last quarter recently so that you can see how some of these things work. This won't be the official how-to video or the overview video that we usually send out, but I am going to do that as well. But in this case, we're going to do it on my cat swag so you can see how it might be done on a live store. All right, so let's get going. I'm going to share my screen, and then we're going to rock and roll. So let's share screen, and we're going to go to the window. All right. All right, so let's go here, and we're going to cover, let me just double check. It's a few seconds of a lag. And let me just double check that everything's going good. And then, okay, perfect. So what can you do? Well, we have this new feature where you can set a product page as the home page. Okay, that's a pretty cool feature. Now, why would you want to do this? Well, let's say you're selling something that's it's a single product. Okay, and this is how I would use it. Okay, so don't copy me exactly, but okay, in the beginning, when I first got started with e-commerce, I started selling t-shirts through Teespring back in 2013. And then I transitioned from t-shirts on Teespring. Then I started my own store on WordPress using some special theme that was out there at the time. And then it went from there to Shopify. And my first store was a one-product store. And I was giving away, believe it or not, a watch. It was basically, hey, this is a fan appreciation special deal on our new store. Get a free watch, just pay shipping. Okay, so in my case, at that time, I could have used GrooveKart, which of course we didn't exist yet, but I could have used GrooveKart to get up and running faster. And how I would use this is, let's say you have one product. As you remember, last year, John Garcia and David Lemon had a GrooveKart challenge. I forgot the name of it exactly, but they went over how to get a store set up with GrooveKart, and they did it with one product. I think it was called the Gyrotop, and they did that, and now it's even easier. Why? Because let's say I got a nice product, I got some good images, I got some user-generated content, I got some videos made for the product, and I'm not that quite good at designing, and I know this is like, let's say I'm selling it for $99 and I'm getting it for $30. Man, I'm going to make $70 profit when I sell this thing, and I just want to hit the ground running. Well, in this case, you could use this feature to do that. So let's just say our number one best selling product we're going to launch is this decal. Okay, let's go here. Let's preview it real quick. Okay, let's say we're selling this sticker, right? $4.95. We're going to start with this. I don't have any other products, and I want to get rocking and rolling with this. And in this case, it's a sticker, but in your case, it'd probably be something way higher perceived value, something that's $50, $100, $200, $300. or maybe you have your own product. Let's say you make, I don't know, what are those things? Cornhole, those cornhole games where it's got a square and you throw these bean bags and try to make it into the hole. I forgot what they're called exactly. But let's say you make those by hand, and you could use your one product feature to just use the power of the product page. Now I'm going to show you what that means in a second. So let's just go here to Groove inside my dashboard, and I'm going to click on the builder. All right. So I'm going to click on this builder here. By the way, how do you like my background? I set the camera to focus on me with less definition because I don't think you need to see all my wrinkles and all that, my laugh lines and all that. So it's a little bit fuzzier. I don't think you can tell, so that my background can look better and you wouldn't see the edges of the green screen because I'm not really where I'm at. It looks like I'm in some nice loft apartment, but I'm at the Grooveplex. So anyway, so let's see here. So there's a tip too. If you're doing StreamYard or any kind of things like that, and your camera doesn't have a zoom in, like a controller feature, well, you set it for lower definition if it's the camera just on you, and it'll zoom in because it's lower definition. All right. Anyway, so let's go here to pages, and let me show you. If I wanted to edit this home page, I can edit it all that I want, right? All day long, I can tweak stuff and edit settings, but it does not have the elements that we have under the product page. So what do I mean by that? So let's just go to the product page, and as you can see here, this is the default template that we're working with, and we've customized the button and all that. So as you can see, if we go to elements, we have product elements. If I go to the home page, there are no product elements on the home page. So that's very important if I want to sell a product. So now you don't have to worry about, man, I just got this one product. It's really nice. I just want to sell it. And maybe you're like me. I don't want to fool with designing stuff. I'm a marketer. I just want to test campaigns and drive traffic. And I got these cool user-generated content videos that I made with my phone. And I just want to get the ball rolling. Well, now you can. Okay, so what are product elements? Well, if we click on this, you can see the product pictures, the video. You can see the title of the product, the description, the product description, right? This is the summary, which goes up here, the short description. And then you have pricing. We have the variations, the quantity discounts. You can put a bundle in this. If you wanted to, to enable that feature, you can put bumps. Okay, I could drag that in here like that, and then we could make the bumps show up on the product if we selected product page bumps. So you can do all these things, right? You can go down here and you have reviews, things like that. There's a lot of that stuff that you can't do normally on the homepage because, well, it's a homepage, right? But now you can use the powerful feature that we have right here to set your product. And let's just say we're gonna actually, now let's not choose that one. Let's go back. And let's choose, I don't know, let's see if we have one of these fully decked out with product information. Okay, so this one we did before when we were covering Printful templates, okay? So what we're going to do here is we're going to use this one as the home page, okay? And let's just say this was the latest and greatest, better than sliced bread or whatever. And you got your product here. Now, of course, this is a cat t-shirt, but in your case, you got something really unique, and you just want to sell that one thing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go here, and I'm going to find it. There it is, right? We're going to go to edit. All right. Now, keep in mind, let's go back to the store. If I click on this logo, this is my store, right? Now, believe it or not that huge of a percentage of people, I don't remember off the top of my head, but let's say you're driving traffic from TikTok to a product. There's going to be a small number. It's less than 20% that go clicking around to your homepage and about us and refund policy. It's a small number. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I seem to remember checking analytics and things like that, and always seeing a small number with different stores that I've had. Now, it could be 25%, it could be 27%, but it's never the majority, and it's never more than half. I guarantee you that. So that's why I've always been comfortable always focusing on the product page, making the product page sell, and making sure they have all the information they need so that they can make a decision to buy. Now, don't get me wrong. You start making sales. Let's say you get your store to $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month in profit. Then sure, maybe hire somebody from the Groove community, or even hire Groove itself through Groove Agency to redesign your websites. Let's say you're like me. I'm a marketer. I do email marketing. I do list building. I know how to set up one-time offers. I know how to sell. But when it comes to the design, I'm not a designer like the great Damien Bradshaw who are on our team. I just know how to sell. So when it comes to the homepage, I don't spend a lot of time on it. That's why this one, to some of you might be design experts. You know, you laugh at my design. When I am driving traffic to something, I care about the message to market. I care about whether or not my audience resonates with my product. And if it makes them smile, or if it solves a pain point, then I'm good. If the pricing is right, if the deal is sweet, if it makes them say, oh my God, I got to get this, then that's what I worry about. When it comes to the homepage, I don't spend a lot of time on it. I just make sure that it is nice and it makes sense and it's congruent. Of course, I wouldn't send traffic to a store if my homepage is not finished. So let's say I'm super excited. I got the product. I got all the specs. I got the pricing. I got the upsell. I got the downsell. All that's ready, right? I could make my store a one product store with this feature. So with that being said, let me show you. So where do you do? It's very simple. You go to here where it says finish, right? And let's say, wait a minute, display product. It is not here. Well, it's supposed to be right here, and it's not here. Maybe it's because it is okay. So let me just go to a demo store then. 1 second. Let's try this, guys. Let's go into here and let's see if this is it. Let's see, maybe. Let's try a newer store. Maybe it's just on the new stores once they get launched. That could be the reason. Bear with me here. Okay, let's go here. Let's see. So see, it says set this product as a home page. That's how easy it is. Okay, now we couldn't do it on our actual demo store that we're working on. I don't know why it's not there. I'll check with Max. Not a big deal. Of course, you know as well as I do, when we do things live, you never know what's going to happen. So with that being said, that's all you do. You go to the step number 6, set the product as the home page. Now let's just go ahead and publish this and we'll see. So this is a demo store. Nothing's been done to it. So let's see if it shows up. So this is this. But if I go to here to the home page, now we see, look, that's pretty cool. So again, I didn't do it on my cat swag, but as you can see, it's the same principle. It's very simple. You just toggle that thing and you are good to go. So what does that mean? This would be beneficial to someone who might be like me. You have this awesome product. You want to get rocking and rolling, and you're not a designer and you want to hit the ground running. Well, you just make sure you have some your color scheme right. You have your logo set up. You have as much information as you can for your customers to make a buying decision before you go live, of course. And lots of photos. Here's the thing. Let me stop sharing. Let me go back to StreamYard. So here's the thing about when you're selling. If you can increase the number of images you have, especially product details, or if you're doing print on demand, put it on different mock-ups of people doing different things. That will help. There is a program that we recommend called Place It, and there they have mock-ups available, and they even have a way for you to make videos. I think with just t-shirts, at least for sure. I've seen the t-shirt video maker. So you can upload an image and then make this mock-up and it turns it into a video. You can add that to your store. And so you want as much detail as possible. If you make your own products, then I highly encourage you to get a lot of photos, detailed photos up close, the description, maybe it's got some ingredients, or maybe it has directions. Take pictures of all that, because that helps people make that buying decision, because they don't have it in their hand. So anything you can do to make them increase that trust factor and say, you know what, I like this, I see the details, then by all means you do that and include as many details as possible when you're doing that on your product pages. Okay, so let's go back to sharing. Okay, so we're gonna go over your questions here in just a second. And so let's go back. And yeah, it's such a shame. There's the feature is not on my cat swag, so I'm not going to be able to show you that. So in action on my cat swag, but you did see it in action here. All you do is you go to step 6 of your product and you set it as the home page, and we can see that it does it instantly. You don't have to worry about. This is how I would do it. You want to save time on designing your homepage, and you got your product ready to go. You have your payment provider set up. You have your taxes set up if you're going to charge taxes. You have your shipping set up, and you want to rock and roll. Then by all means use that feature. So let me close this, and then I'm going to show you one of the other things that we rolled out a while back. I don't believe we mentioned it, so I'm just going to show you where this is. It's for a small percentage of users of GrooveKart, but it is still important. It's important to the person that needs it. So let me show you. So we're going to go here, and we're going to go to settings, and we're going to go to international. And this is the currency conversion. So if I go to my cat swag, as you can see here, I'm converting the dollar. I'm using the dollar and the euro. But let's just say you are in another country and you want to add a different currency. Well, all you got to do is enable them right here. So let's just say I'm selling by the Australian dollar. So this way, when your visitors come to your store, they're able to pay in the currency that you select. Now, this is connected to some special stuff on the back end that keeps an update of the conversion rates in the background. I forgot who the bank is that we use, but we're connected to them live, okay? And it's updating every hour. So you're going to get an accurate conversion when you do that. And as you can see, let me hit save. We enabled the Australian dollar. Now, I don't know if it shows up here or not, to tell you the truth. It might be based by IP, but let's just see here. So it could be, I think it's based on IP, okay? Now, I'll double check with with our programmer to make sure. But in this case, like I said, it's a small number of people that use this that will need it, but that's how you get to it. So you go here to settings, international, and then you enable the currency that you need to have on your store so that you can do currency conversion. All right, let's see what else we got here that I can cover with you. Oh, by the way, we're just on this page right here. So if you are in the US, now you know things changed before with GroovePay. Before we were able to offer GroovePay to quite a few countries. Some things happened on the back end with Stripe, and something happened on their end, and I don't know technically what happened. So now we have a new provider on the back end. The company is called Stacks, and with that being said, they are only taking applicants right now through and for the USA. Now, the GroovePay team is working on adding providers that can service people in Australia, UK, Europe, and things like that. So just keep that in mind. However, we do have some good news, okay? Coming, if it's not already there yet, is free members will be able to add a Stripe account if they have Stripe. So that is good news. That's coming. If it's not already live, it will be probably in the next few days or by next week. So if let's say you don't want to use your business PayPal for whatever reason, or if you didn't have a PayPal, but you do have Stripe and you're a free member, before you know it, I would say in the next, I don't know, week or less, you'll be able to use your Stripe account with your free Groove store. Now, the beauty of this, the beauty about this is you could launch your e-commerce brand without paying anything. Now, there is a 5% transaction fee, but let me share something with you. I had an Etsy store at one point, a couple times, just doing different things and testing stuff out and different print-on-demand people and systems. And by the time I got paid out, for every dollar that I made on Etsy, it would equal to what I got left was about, I don't know, 72, 75 cents. So they would keep usually over 20%. Now, it wasn't just all their fee. It was the taxes. It was some other, they have a breakdown, but it still isn't just cut and dry. So by the time I'd make a sale, for every dollar that I made, I'd make about 70 something cents, 72 cents, 75 cents, 77 cents, around there. Somewhere between 72 to 77 cents is what I would keep after I made a sale on Etsy. So keep that in mind. With GrooveKart, if it's not there yet, 5%, that's it. If you're a free member, this 5% transaction. What does that mean? Well, for every $100 you pay Groove, $5. That's it. So you literally can hit the ground running and actually don't pay a thing until you start making sales. That's the beautiful thing. One of the beautiful things I like about Groove is we have an actual free option. Now, I encourage you to upgrade as fast as you can because of the powerful features that come with upgrading and all the other bells and whistles you get, the amount of websites you can launch, the amount of funnels, the amount of stores. With GrooveKart in particular, you can launch one store if you wanted to every 7 days. As a free member, it's once every 30 days. Let's say you made the mistake of launching a very niche specific store and you're a free member. Well, you got to wait 30 days before you can do anything about it. And listen, that's cool, but why not upgrade for $99 to $299, I believe, and have the ability to launch one store every 7 days. Now, here's something. This is not even this. I'm going to give you a tip here. Get really good at using GrooveKart, okay, and setting up stores and setting up. Let's say you set up, I don't know, 7 different flagship products on the store, and it's for one niche, and it's all about golfing, funny golf quotes, right? And you decide what your 7 flagship products are, or maybe they're 5 flagship products, and you get 10 designs made. There's people on Fiverr that will make you beautiful designs for 10, 20, 30 bucks, and you can get 10, 20 designs. I've seen one, believe it or not. I'm not gonna share it here. I had a friend let me know about it, and she shared it with a couple of friends of ours, and it would just flood the system and make it to where you guys will be waiting forever. But if you go on there and search, you can find people that are doing unique designs, custom for you. You get the rights to them, and those designs, you can go put them on all these different products for literally you can get 20, 30, 40 products made for $1 each. Okay. And now, of course, you got to wait a while to get those products back, the designs, but you can also pay a few bucks to expedite it so you can get them back faster. So the beautiful thing of what's coming with GrooveKart, and I'm just wanting you to think outside the box, is if you can get really good at creating stores and setting up products. Let's say you set up a store for you and it has 10 different designs, 5 different products. You got 50 products, right? 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 50, okay? You set it up and then you start advertising. And let's say you're new to advertising and you're like, man, I don't know. I just don't want to fool with it. Well, guess what? You could find someone to buy your store. You put in all that work and you know how long it took you. You could literally turn around and sell your store. And what's coming by the end of the quarter is the ability to push your store to any Groove user. So then that becomes an even more powerful reason why you want to upgrade, so that you can start building out stores, put your love into them, put your expertise, set up the products, and then sell it for whatever. Let's say you sell it for $1,500, and you built it out over a weekend. Boom, you made $1,500, and now someone has something of value on virtual real estate. All you got to do is push the store to them and then push the domain to them. So here's something for me to tell you right now, how to think outside the box. Get really good at your GrooveKart setting up of your stores, and then you set up your store that's for you, and then you set up another store that you can offer to someone else and sell it and give it to them full of products. How would you do this? Simple. You have your domain name, right? I encourage you to buy it through Namecheap, because guess what? In Namecheap, they have a feature where you can push the domain to somebody just by knowing their username, okay? And in Groove, we're going to have the same thing. I believe we're going to track it by email. So if you sell your store for, say, $2,000, your buyer, you just get their Groove account login email, and then you'll be able to push it. And then the domain, you go into Namecheap and you push them the domain as well. Now, what else? Here's another tip. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want as many people as possible using GrooveKart. And you might get excited about setting up stores and selling them versus the managing it and the running ads and testing and things like that. If somewhat, let me just restate this. People will see the value in a store fully ready with graphics, with the mock-ups, with the logo, with the product set up, 50 to 100 products. That is valuable. Now, when you do this, make sure you sign up and you set up your support email. So support@mycatswag.com, right? And then let's say you have your products through T-Launch, Tscape, and Printful. Well, when you sign up for those accounts at those three websites, use your support email that is linked to your store. So when you do sell this, you can easily give them access to those three accounts at T-Launch, Tscape, and Printful. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you so you can get excited about GrooveKart, because you might be one of these people. Like, there's people that love design and they design templates for people all the time, but they don't have their own store, right? There's other guys that run ads for people, but they don't have any ads that they're running for themselves. It is possible. There's a ton of people to do that. There's people right now that have agencies. All they do is make websites for other people, and they don't have an information product that they're selling on their own, but they're really good at it, and they prefer to do that. And you could become one of these people to get really good at selling your stores that you make, and then by the end of the quarter, we're going to be able to push that store to anyone that you want. And of course, making sure you get paid first, and then you put it in their email, bada bing, boom, and you push it to them. All right. So let's see here. Do you recommend I'm going to answer some questions here. Let's put it on the screen. And you can feel free to, let's see. Okay. Let's show this instead. Okay. Do you recommend a niche store? Let me remove this. Okay. Do you recommend a niche store or general store, and why? It's really to me up to you. Now, one of our co-founders, without giving away too much information, he had a general store, and the way he named it, it was like, Shopomania or something like that, right? It was like, I love to shop, or oh my God, wow, something. It was something like that. So, and then what he did is he was just testing different niches. Boom, 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 right? And then he had sales from various niches coming in. Okay. So he was, and I'm making up these niches, the ones that were working. Let's say he was selling to people that love bass fishing. Then he had another one for welders that was doing good. Then he had another one for moms. And so his general store, he was testing different niches, and then some went and took off, and then others didn't. And so what he did was he left those other products on there, and he just made sure to to make his menu very easy to navigate so that people could go, oh, there's professions. Oh, there's funny stuff. Oh, there's, uh, parent stuff. Oh, there's so he had his menu built out. And there's no, there's no one way to do it. You can do it that way. Or you can do a niche store. Let's say you know a lot about a niche. Let's say you know a lot about, I don't know, let's say you're a biology major, right? And you went to school for a long time and you were teaching biology for a long time. And your store was all about funny biology and science and nerdy type products, right? And it had, the table of elements, funny. I'm sure you've seen those. And different quotes related to science and all this stuff. And that's what it's about. Then go for it. I recommend, you can also test. Now, here's something that you could do on Facebook if you wanted to, is you could make a general store to test, and then if it starts taking off, take that and make a niche store based around that. And what you could do is do a simple page post engagement ad and see how many shares, comments, and likes you get for $10 of ad spend. Okay, that's a very simple thing to do without getting too technical. Spend $10, and then you could even ask, hey, our latest design, would you wear this? Question mark. Okay, or no. Now let me say that. Don't actually call the person out. Forgot about that. Just say, who would wear this awesome design? Question mark. Right, and then you would see if people comment or not for $10. I would say for every $5 you spend, you want to be getting at least, I don't know, double that in shares, and then between shares and comments, at least double or triple that. Okay. So what else? So it's really up to you how you want to do it. You could make the general store for your testing ground, and then if you see it's actually doing really good, go build out a store around that niche because you got something selling. Okay. All right, let's see. If we have GroovePay, are we still good? I would email support@groovepay.com and ask them. I believe you have to reapply because of the new relationship we have with the new provider on the back end. So I believe if you had an active GroovePay account, you still have to go through the process of reapplying. Okay. So if you had a GroovePay, it's only for USA accounts. And that's what I know as of last week. So if you had a GroovePay and you were approved and you're not in the US, then I highly recommend you figuring out how to get a Stripe account or something other than so that you have a merchant. And then, the PayPal, there's always the PayPal option. Okay. And yes, price for store bill just increased. Okay, let's see. Christian's tuning in from Sweden. GroovePay, that was the answer. If we have GroovePay, are we still good? Let's see. And then Christian said price to bill store just increased. Okay, what about Slingly? Can you pass this on as well? Can you specify Facebook user? Let me know what you mean specifically related to Slingly. Slingly is there. It does work. You have to be upgraded to use the integrations and pushing products to your store. I don't think they even have a free option. So you do have to be upgraded to Slingly to use Slingly. They have a lot of cool stuff in there. They actually have some shine on items. A lot of people were bummed out because we could not use we could not continue with the shine on integration because Eric reached out and said, sorry, the leadership decided we're going to just focus on our platform, blah, blah, blah. So if you really like shine on, but you really like GrooveKart, there is a way for you to do that through Slingly. I don't think they offer all of the Slingly products. Excuse me. I don't think they offer all the products in Shine On's catalog, but I do know they have some necklaces and things like that. So, all right. So let's go back. I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to remove this. All right. And then let's remove this other banner here. Okay. So now let me go back here and let me just check on something else. So we went over the currency conversion. We went over setting the product as the home page. I let you know about GroovePay integration with the company Stacks. We did go over Printful templates on last training. So if you have any other questions, let me know, and I will not divulge any other stuff that's coming down the pipeline, simply because for right now, like with Shine On, we're really pumped up, really excited, and then 3 months later, oh, sorry. So now I will say this. Let me look at my notes here. Okay, there is one thing in. Let me share my screen here. Okay, so let's say you're in Printful, right? And let's say this item. Let's say this item right here. Let me just click on it. Let's say this became discontinued. Okay. So what's coming next week will be something set up. It's not a big feature, but it will help you as you start adding more and more products from Printful. Sometimes they discontinue items. So to give you an example, we had a product for sale on Groove Gear, and it was like a Letterman jacket or something like that. Yeah, it was a Letterman jacket. That was the style. And they discontinued it. And we still had it on our store. And at least twice before I caught it, people had bought it. And we had to refund their money because it was no longer available. So what's going to happen is this feature will be on the back end, and it'll happen in the background. So let's say this item was discontinued. They don't offer this hoodie anymore. It'll set the product to off on your store. So people won't, let's say they come here and they wanted to buy it. It won't show up anymore. So let's just say this one was it, right? It'll disappear. So if they come through an ad or something, the product won't be available. And that'll help you from selling and then having to refund. And then what it'll also do is it'll email you as a GrooveKart admin to let you know that the product is no longer there, okay, or discontinued, I should say. And then you could maybe set up the design again on a different platform or something like that, and just be instead of being reactive, be acting on it right away, and be proactive and get it changed if you need to, or wait. Maybe you could reach out to Printful and then find out, oh, it's only temporarily discontinued, or it's on hold or whatever. But the way it's going to work, if it's not an active product that's going to be printed on, then this is going to be happening in the background. Okay. So let's see. Visual Builder. Now, this is coming before. I know we've been saying it's coming, but it's very close. It is so close, we can taste it, okay, here at Groove. So I would say in the next 3 weeks or less, it will be out, okay? I'm under-promising because I think it's going to be out beforehand, and that's going to help everyone get up and running with their GrooveKart stores a lot faster. And then what else do we have? Product simplification. That is this. When you're setting up a product, we're going to have this flow be just that, flow better. Okay, so like if we're setting up a product, there'll be all these steps will be simplified so that it doesn't feel as overwhelming as it to me. We're going to basically simplify this, and you're going to see it, to me, be a lot easier. That's how I see it. It's going to be a lot easier for you to set up your products and get up and running faster. All right, and let's see what else. We'll have Groove Mail and Groove Video integration by the end of the quarter. And then ongoing speed improvements. I don't know if you noticed, but compared to, say, 6 months ago, all GrooveKart stores are loading a lot faster. If you ever see that your store is loading, let's say, over 3 seconds, then it could be something that you have on your store. Maybe you uploaded humongous images, or maybe you have a bunch of elements on your store that is adding to the store slowing down. The main thing I would say would be maybe you added a bunch of mock-ups in this area down here, and they're huge images, and that's causing it to slow down. All right. So what else do you got? Do you have any other FAQ? We're doing a little bit of FAQ today, sooner than later, simply because Mr. John Garcia is not here. He's at another cat lovers convention, and he really loves doing these sessions with me. So I just wanted to cover those couple of updates. And then let's see. Okay, so yes, basically GroovePay right now is only in the US right now. Now, in the future, we will be back to certain other countries, but that right now, as of right now, with what happened, the provider we have that's powering GroovePay can only service people in the US right now. So this is why we made the change to make it so that free and paid people can have access to Stripe as well, so that no one is missing out. If you have Stripe and if you're a free member, you can now set up your Stripe. If it's not there yet, it might be probably by tomorrow or Monday. Okay. And the GrooveKart editor, that guy, the genius that is behind it. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Let me see if he's online. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me see if he's online. One second, guys. I'm gonna see if Mr. Bradshaw is online. All right. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. No, he's not available. Let's see here. Hang on. Listen, this is what I like about doing lives, because this is for you, the members. This isn't us, trying to pitch to the world, trying to get everyone to come sign up. This is for you, giving you insight. This is like behind the scenes on what we're doing, and we're trying to make things, as easy as possible for you to get into e-commerce without having to spend $200, $300, $400 a month before you've even made money. You can actually get your store up and running for free, connect your Stripe, and get rocking and rolling, and the fee is only 5%, okay? So I'm going to wait on Damien to see if he replies back. Let's see. And that's because, Dwight, you asked if we can demo it. We're going to see if he can do it. I just reached out to him. He's going to find out, okay? And in the meantime, any other questions? Let me know if we got any other questions. By the way, is the quality too bad of me? I know you probably don't want to see my big old head on camera all the time, but just making sure it's not too grainy. All right, let me double check to see what it says. All right, let's see here. We're gonna pull him in. So 1 second. All right, Mr. Damien Bradshaw is about to join us. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Oh, I wasn't sharing my screen at all. Let me check to give him the StreamYard code. And he's going to give us an idea of what's coming. All right. So this is the beautiful thing about all right. So we're going to wait for Damien to pop in here. So let's see here. He is getting on right now. There he is. All right. All right. You good to go? Damien's yelling to all his kids, be quiet. You ready to go? Just do a thumbs up when you're ready. All right. Let's go. All right, man. How you doing?
Hey, what's up? How you doing? How's everybody doing today?
Doing good. Today I'm just kind of laid back, just letting people know some updates been going on. And we had a member ask about the builder. And so we can just maybe just refresh their memory of what's coming. And I did let the cat out of the bag. It's coming sooner than later. It's not going to be today or tomorrow, but it will be coming in less than, say, 3 weeks, based on what our lead developer said. So
Yeah. Okay. Because
So if you can just give them a taste, even if you're just demoing like Figma or something like that, that's fine too.
yeah. Don't worry. I'll actually show you a demo of the actual builder itself so that everyone can see, what they'll be getting, um, and how they'll be able to build stores much easier. Okay. Let me just share my screen here, and you just gotta let me know if you see what I see. You want to see on my
All
screen?
right. Yeah, let me add you to the stream. There you go.
Oh, perfect. All right, so let's get started. Now, this is basically the layout of the new builder right here. Obviously, it's gonna take, and I don't know if everyone saw like a demo of the new Groove Pages builder, and I think David did demo that. So, it's gonna look familiar as well to the side flow, the sidebar, and such. So, it's not going to be like a huge change that's gonna really like shock people, but it's going to be something still familiar. But you're going to just have to get used to the new little items, the things that we moved around for UI purposes, and just making the design process overall much easier. So, we have this floating bar here where you could actually add blocks and elements, and you have everything here basically like what you have in Group Cart 1.0. But, we just remove a lot of the bulk of the builder right here so that it's not always in your way. You have your pages and your navigation as usual. And then the different thing we have here now is that we have themes. And yes, you can actually have an entire theme basically. So when I say entire theme, I mean it's going to be composed of a homepage, product page, your checkout page, your upsell page. All of that is going to be saved together as a theme. So then you can come in here and you can like select a theme and change to a different theme and then be able to customize it on a global scale. So what I'm going to do here is just I'm going to make some changes, show you guys how the global settings work. And this is a new theme I've been working on. So when I come here, we already see that the theme is selected. I'm going to hit customize, and then it's going to automatically pop out this right toolbar where you can actually then set your overall settings for the entire store. So you come here and say you want Helvetica here, but let me choose something that's completely different. And yes, we've applied all the Google fonts from Groove Pages into GrooveKart now, so you have a lot more options in terms of font choices. I'm going to choose Josephine for head and font. For body font, I'm going to choose, let's see, I'm going to choose Roboto. I have to change back all these things. Let me just write these down so I'm making changes. All right, the header. And the one we have the 64. Let me change this to 70. Oh, sorry. 32. I'll change it to 32. The subheadings, we're going to change to 20 yet. Okay. And then we're going to change this to 20. Okay. Let's change this to blue. As you can see, we had a font change to blue right here because it's all on a global scale. So anything that uses this particular heading, which is heading 1, is going to change the colors right across the entire website. So if we say we're going to change the button, the links, let's see, is it going to change the color links? Right, see, these are links. So any link that I have on this website is now going to be changed to blue. And I have save here, and I think that I have a link behind here as well. Oh no, that's not changed. Okay, so you see the color changed, and even the color of this heading here changed as well too. So those are the global settings in terms of like the H1 tags, the links, anything that's related to a particular tag is going to change. So these are all header tags that I changed, as you can see there. And these are also like H tags as well too. So everything changed based on the particular tag that you're dealing with. And I also was able to update the links as well too to a different color, as you can see here. Um, let's see here, customize. Right. So another thing that changed as well too is the font. As you can see, this isn't the font that we were using before. I had PT Sans here, but now it's changed to Josephine. So as you can see here, we made that change. So anywhere this particular header is, it will change it across the site. So it's going to change it here, here. Here is also changed here. So this is the Josephine font. And if you can see, if I come here, you can see this. It indeed is the Josephine font, right? So when we make any changes in the global settings, it's going to apply it to your entire website. So you don't have to be individually changing one or two links or one or two headers. It takes away the bulk of your editing and then it puts it all together in this one single global settings panel. So then that makes it easier for you to focus more on setting your store up rather than playing with settings. But once this is done, you just hit this arrow here and it's going to save your settings. And all you really have to do from here on out is if you want to make tweaks to individual items, you can actually click here. And as you can see, we have the floating bar now that has a lot of the necessary updates that you want on the bar itself. So we have three levels of editing right here. You can edit everything across the board from your from your actual um, from your actual global settings right here. Let me change this back to PT settings first of all. Good, good, good. Change this back. Right, so I just made sure that I change it back. Right. Oh, let me change this back. Sure, change this back to black. So that should have fixed that problem, did it? Yeah, see? So you see what I just did there, Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah, so everything is
Oh,
changed
sorry.
back. Yeah, so once you set the global settings, everything applies necessary where it needs to. So you can pull in anything you want. You could put in like an H4 here, H3 or wherever. Once before you even start building your store, if you wanted to make a custom page, you can just go in here. You can just edit all of your settings, just set everything the way you want it first. And then when you start pulling in the tags, when you start pulling in, say for instance, you pull in, I come here and I pull in an H1, it should automatically have be set to the settings of being an H1. So we see here, let me check it.
Yeah.
So you see it sets 64 point already and it's black. And that's actual settings that we have in the global settings for the H1 tag, which is 64 on black. So it's you don't have to worry about like coming and making like one-on-one changes. It will make those changes across the entire board for you. And that's the top level editing that we have, customization we have for our builder. The next level that we have now is the secondary level where you can click an actual element and you can actually make the changes from the floating bar. So if you wanted to actually overwrite something, you could come on this bar and you could say, okay, you know what, I don't want this. I want this to be italic. I want this to be underlined. I want it to be extra bold as well too. I mean, you can do all these things if you want. You can come here. You could change the weight of it here. You can change the positioning of it here as well too. And I mean, all this is the secondary level of control that you're gonna have when it comes to editing your site, editing your actual widgets and your elements. Now, if you just want basic changes, this is the best way to go. I mean, you just make your changes, you come here, you save, and you leave it alone. Now, if it is that you want to do advanced changes, we put everything in the three dots and more icon is right here for all everything you're looking at. You're gonna always see this more icon. You go inside, you click this, and you go inside here, and then you will see the original bar that you had before, where you can make more advanced styling changes right here. So if you want to then really start overwriting your global settings, this is where you do it from. You can add padding, you can add positioning, you can do whatever you want. So we give our users such a powerful level of customization that they can edit from so many different places, but it's still not overwhelming that they just go all over the place. Because once you go in your global settings and you set everything in terms of how you want your site to look, that is done with. Now, when you're pulling things together and you just want to make like um like one or two changes to elements, you just click on the element and you just make the change on the floating bar, and that is it. Literally, that's it. So there's no real additional anything in front of your face to like distract you from what you need to do. So even for like this is a button. Let me find an actual button here now. Right here. So if you click the button, we can see the button has its own settings. You can have a small, medium, or large button as well too.
Mm.
Right? You can change the position of your button from left, right, center. You can change the text color of your button from here if you wanted to. That's definitely up to you. Come here and they can do like this. And then they can change the background color right here. Even though I have all of these set in my global settings, I can still come here and I can still make quick changes to my button. And if I decided, you know what, I screwed up my site by making those individual changes, I can simply come and I can click the more button. And let's see, it should be here. Then I can hit reset to theme settings. Right?
Wow.
Right? Oh, this was supposed to happen, but when we reset to theme settings, whatever is set in the theme settings, and I think this is what's actually set in the theme settings right now, because I overrode I made individual changes on my buttons on the builder level. But if I had done it correctly, then I would have come in here and I would have set the global settings. And if I screwed up anything at any point design wise, I can always just click that one button and just come here and say reset to theme settings.
Reset.
Yep,
Wow.
and it resets it undoes everything you did on that element back to settings to how you set it according to global settings. So you have a lot of play around when it comes to stuff. So even if you make a mistake, if you make something you miss something out and you just say, you know what, I don't like it, in a flick of a switch, you can bring it back to how it originally was.
Awesome. So let's see. Dwight is asking, what about the header area, the top menu area? He said, is it customizable in any way?
Yes, you can actually customize it and that's what we have here as well too. This is the global settings. You can come here and you can change the header color and you can change the links. So when you come here and I click black, I should get black links. Ta-da! Right? Yeah, I don't know what's wrong. I think this is a development server, so expect this to happen. So let me just pull this up here and right. So here we go. So you see, I changed this. I know I changed the color and it's popped back in here. If you come in when you make any changes to the header or the links, the top color for header is actually the header background. So let me just change this to light blue. Okay, so you see we're able to again, this is development server, so it has a bit of bugs, right? But we were able to change the background header color. So if you wanted to match the rest, so you could do that. But we also were able to change the color of the link. So if you want to come here, you say, you know what, I want green links, and you save it, you're gonna get green links, right?
Nice.
So all those things.
Oh, and you can turn off search and you can turn off login also.
Yes, you can turn off your search and your login as well too. So let me just change these back before I mess up.
And take a look, guys. You can even change the icon for the cart. So if you want to do something different, you can do it there.
You can upload your own cart icon if you want to. I mean, that's totally up to you. So we have, let me show us, let's see here. Login, register. So we have login and register USD. Oh, sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that. Right, so we have USD here. Sorry about that, just making sure no one is messaging me while I'm on this live. Sorry. All right, so we have the cart and we have the search. As we can see, we can search all products right now. But if I come in here and I can customize and I turn off search and I hit save, voila, our search bar is going to be gone. You can see there's no more search bar.
Mm-hmm.
No,
that's cool, man.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
You can go to the live one, right? So that thing doesn't pop up when you hover over it.
yeah, hold on. Let me just save this.
And guys, there's gonna be styles of headers too that'll be in there. You can click on the drop down, so you do have more flexibility coming with the new builder. And as you can
Uh,
see there, there's no search, so that's cool.
yeah,
So
we do have style headers here. We have a couple of them, but this is going to be fixed a bit more so that
yeah, it's going to
we're
look a lot nicer than what we have here. This
yeah.
is again on the test server, so but it that's pretty cool. So basically, to me, from a user standpoint, I see that people will be able to get up and running a lot faster
Yes, you can
with
get
this
up and
new builder.
running a lot faster because there's nothing really stopping you you know, from being able to get your store just up and gone without having to worry about this thing, clicking that, editing a million things. And that's not what you want to do. You don't want to be in here just forever clicking around trying to figure things out. The global settings itself is meant to take away a lot of the grunt work so that when you set things, even if you built an entire store here and you then say, you know what, I'm going to set my global settings like afterwards, and bam, 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 you can do all of that and then you can then look at your store and it's going to reflect all the changes almost instantly. So then, all right, all your label sizes are the same, all your body sizes are the same, subtitles, titles, everything's going to be the same. So it makes it a lot easier for you to just, not only to sell at your store, but for anyone who actually designs stores for clients, it's gonna make them a whole lot easier for them to be able to do the same thing.
Nice, man. Well, Damien, I want to say thank you for coming and showing us
No
some stuff.
problem.
I know this was unplanned, but we had a member. I
Yeah.
said, you know what, Damien's helped us out a couple of times, so I appreciate
Yeah,
you
no
giving us
problem.
a little taste. It'll be, guys. It'll be. I'm saying 3 weeks. I'll show this to our lead developer so he can have some extra pressure. But but it's coming. So just know it's coming. We got a lot of good stuff coming. There's a couple other things that are starting on Monday to be worked on. I'm not going to say what it is, but you'll be really excited about it. We're shooting for end of the quarter for that, and I'll let the cat out of the bag in a couple weeks. But with that being said, thank you, Damien. I appreciate it. Right?
No
So
problem,
look
man.
at that.
Anytime. All
Yeah.
right. We have a good one. And I hope everyone has a good day.
All right. Thank you, man.
All right.
Have a
Bye.
good one. All right, all right. So there you go. So that was just a little taste of the builder, what's coming. We went over today mostly Q&A, things like that. If you have any other questions, go ahead and ask it right now. I wanted to show you how to use the set product as homepage. For some reason, our demo store that we're building doesn't have it. I believe it's on all new stores. I could be wrong. It should be on all stores, though. I'll double check with our lead developer to make sure. It could just be something related to our demo store. So with that being said, I'm going to give it 2 more minutes to see if you have any other questions. We're going to keep it short and sweet. Next session will be a lot more in depth. We'll have the awesome and talented John Garcia joining us. And any other questions, go right ahead. If not, we will shut this one down and we'll see you on the next session on next Thursday. Be on the lookout. We'll have some more updates of what's been updated to GrooveKart in the last couple of weeks, and that'll be coming out in the next couple of days to recap what things we've pushed since the beginning of last quarter. So with that being said, I want to say thank you for being a part of the Groove family, being a part of Groove. If you haven't gotten started with GrooveKart, now more than ever, even if you're free, you can get going. The fee is going to be 5% transaction fee. And if it's not there yet, you can add Stripe to your account for free members as well. If it's not there today, it'll probably be there by Monday. So just keep that in mind. And we thank you as always for being a part of the Groove family. And we'll see you on the next training. This is Frank, and good afternoon to you guys. And listen, before I go, if you start having success with your store, you start making sales, you start getting into profit, and you want to share what you're doing, you don't have to share your store. You can share what you're doing. Reach out to me and Frank at groovedigital.com. And, we could use you as a case study or something like that. Share some of your results. We don't have to share your store. Maybe it could be something as, hey, take a look, and you send me a screenshot of your store, of your sales or whatever. hey, I spent $50 on advertising and I made my first 3 sales, or I made my first sale, anything like that. If you have a sale that you made, even if it's your first one, we want to celebrate you. I want to maybe start just sharing those screenshots with people. So take a screenshot. It doesn't have to show your store domain. Hey, made my first real sale, etc., things like that. And we will start giving shout outs to people who are actually making sales with GrooveKart. So with that being said, thank you guys for everything. We will see you on the next training. Have a good one.